Welcome back. A very special interview this weekend. I'm speaking with Orascom TMT Investments Chairman Naguib Sawiris. And Naguib, we were just speaking a moment ago about the corruption crackdown in Saudi Arabia and all that's happening in the Middle East. How is that affecting your investment strategy overall?
Well, I'm not in Saudi Arabia, obviously.
No, but I mean all of the above, whether it's North Korea, Iran, you know, the uncertainty over China trade. How are you investing today?
No, it's pushed me to be more bullish on gold. You know, I mean, I've invested in gold mining shares. You know, I'm the largest shareholder in two of the world's biggest mining companies in Africa and in Australia. And the reason why that I saw that, look, all these crises, they might just go out of context, and you know, people always go to gold for safety, and also it's an anti-inflationary place to put your asset, you know. But it was misconceived by me when people said that I changed my net worth into half into gold. No, I invested in gold mining companies because the cost per ounce has a 30 or 40% discount when you mine it yourself, you know, versus the international price. So there's a cushion there. Secondly, you can bring the business aspect or I found out that mining companies, for example, don't have a businessman on their boards. They're usually either miners, geologists, or bankers.
That is interesting.
So there was no businessman on any board. So when you come as a businessman, you start to think, you know, in a business way, and you give them some. Every time I gave suggestions on the board, they looked at me and said, "Wow, yeah, you're right. Actually, yes, we should do that." And me, I would look like what? It's like obvious, you know. It's like investments and exploration. All these companies are they don't take risks on exploration. We took a lot. I pushed the companies where I'm a shareholder in to take risk in exploration.
Exploration in terms of copper? Exploration where?
Copper and gold.
Copper and gold.
Yeah.
And what do you think that says in terms of the global economy, in terms of copper and gold and the price of those commodities?
I think copper has a big potential because it has a lot of industrial uses in cars and homes and everywhere. And gold, you know, with the demand in China and India, you know, and you know, we're all going to wear something in gold all the time. And if you look at the big findings in the last 3-4 years, there hasn't been really big findings in gold or copper anywhere in the world, significant ones. So which means that I think that down the road we will have some less offerings, and that means higher prices, you know.
So your investments are largely in these related, you know,
yes,
mining companies.
Yes.
What about stocks? Tell me where you see the stock market.
Stocks, I'm worried now because, I mean, I think there's every few years there's a big correction that happens, you know. So I think we were bound to see in the near future a correction, you know.
A correction in the U.S., globally?
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Emerging markets are having a tough time, but there's a lot of conversation that emerging markets is the place to be. You're not buying it?
It's some places like Egypt now, because Egypt is on the right track now. So I would urge people to invest in Egypt now because we've done all the right things with the IMF. We followed the rules. We didn't try to argue too much, you know, and we've removed all the subsidies. We have, so I think, and foreign investment is coming back. The foreign currency issue has been eliminated. So we have 45 billion of reserves right now. You can easily come in and go out with your investments. So Egypt is a good place to do. China, as I said, I wouldn't. We didn't even have a choice to go invest there. India, I'm still not sure also. There have been also some difficulties there.
It is interesting, though, to hear you say, look, China, it's such a closed society, we don't even have an opportunity to invest there. And yet you have been in North Korea.
It's different. North Korea is a singled-out country. You can't consider North Korea as part of the world economy, okay? But China is now, and is a big player. So if you want to be a player, you need to adhere by the rules, you know. I went to North Korea because I feel I'm doing good. You know, people there didn't even have a fixed line at home.
Wow.
So the fact that I have 3 or 4 million people today who can talk to each other is even good for democracy because then they can speak.
Is it a basic phone or a smartphone?
Yeah, both.
They have both.
Depends on what the affordability, because the phones are very expensive.
Yeah. Real quick on the technology sector, Facebook, Amazon, they're all facing now the opportunity or the reality of more regulation. Is this a good thing? It's
a very good thing. Well, I mean, media is regulated. Telecom is regulated, financial institutions are regulated. Why they should? I'll give you an example. I mean, I get death threats, and if I complain to them, I said this. They said it's none of our business. I mean, it's a crime. If someone threatens your life, you should be able to react against it, you know. And if you report to them, you know, that this is incitement or like that, sometimes they don't do anything. So there should be clear rules and clear laws that says most of these social medias too are being utilized by the all this dark web and the terrorists, and that they're having a journey now on these sites. So,
well, it looks like it's coming. It looks like it's coming for the sector. Naguib, it was great to see you this weekend. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Great to see you. Naguib Sawiris there.